Hey, you guys, it's late at night, and we're going to talk about the scary things about putting yourself out there. Because, boy, I get to deal with this on such a regular basis. In fact, I just got to deal with it a few minutes ago when somebody posted something nasty on my Facebook page underneath my webinar advertisement, and it's, it's no different, right? It's like, I talk to so many massage therapists that want to start their own businesses or want to be successful in their own practices. And the number one thing that stops them is fear, right? So, by the way, I'm Rebecca Overson. If we haven't met, this is my Facebook group, and I am here to support you in creating a thriving practice that you love. So if you're watching live, or even if you're watching the replay, let me know and say hi in the comments below. Okay, it's late at night, and sometimes, you guys, my brain gets turning and I can't sleep, and the fire comes up in me and I want to go live and share some things with you. So, so I've been talking to a lot of people this week. I opened up my calendar again for some discovery calls to help my enrollment coaches take some of that load off. And, I love doing these calls with you guys because it's really about getting down to the truth of what's stopping you from having what you want. What's stopping you from having your dream is fear and resistance. That's basically bottom line, is fear and resistance, So let me know if you're watching, if you're somebody who's started your own practice, or if you want to, or if you're, just let me know where you're at. Are you like totally super stoked and everything's going awesome? Or are you struggling in some way? Either way is totally fine. I'm not judging. I'm here to support. Okay. But yeah, so this guy I was talking to today, who I actually ended up enrolling in my program, which is so great because I love to help people, love to be able to find, the right people that can really hunker down and help them just explode their practices. But he was saying, one of the considerations was like, it's really scary to put yourself out there. And I'm like, it's totally scary. I mean, think about it. It's totally scary to stand up and stand for something, or proclaim a niche, or proclaim some kind of expertise in something. It's scary to take on clients, that have all kinds of ideas about what massage therapy is and what it isn't. And, every single person that comes in your office, you don't really know if you can help them. There's no like guarantee. You don't know. It's scary. It's totally scary. And obviously, as a trained practitioner, everybody that I've ever talked to is confident in their massage skills. They're confident as a clinician. But what the real scary stuff is the business stuff. It's the math. It's the numbers. I in so many of these discovery calls, which give me so much inspiration for like what I want to share with you guys, because people are super vulnerable and honest with me. It's that, like, I discover almost at least once a day with people I talk to, that their business, I want to like drop the F word, but I'm not going to. Their business is doomed. It's actually doomed. When we look at what they're charging and what their goals are, there's actually, when we get really clear on basic numbers, there's no way they're going to succeed. And yet many of you are running businesses like that, hoping that something's just going to work out. Like hoping that somehow you'll, break free of the Groupon, or you'll, like suddenly find magically, attracting the right clients for you, or that your clients are going to give you permission to raise your rates or things like that. It's really scary to look at the truth, which is that most massage therapists do not have their hands around the business side of things. They just don't. And you're not wrong for that, you guys. No one teaches you that. The job of massage school is to get you graduated and licensed, not to guarantee your success in business. And gosh, I'd love to see my program in every massage school in the nation, in the world, because it works, when you address the fears. So let's talk about the fears. All right. Fear of making mistakes. How many of you guys have fear of making mistakes? You're afraid of making some kind of business mistake. Or some of you actually are totally running illegal businesses, in the sense that maybe like you're working out of your home, but you don't have a license for that. Like it's not legal to do that. So there's certain things that you're either afraid you're doing wrong and don't know you're doing wrong, or you're doing wrong. And by wrong, I mean like they're not compliant or not congruent with the laws and ordinances in your area. And so you live with this undercurrent of fear of being found out. Well, how easy is it to grow a massage practice when you're trying to keep it under the radar? It's like having one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake of a vehicle. It doesn't work. So like mistakes, but also making financial mistakes. I remember when I was 19 and I'd been a massage therapist for a whole year, and it was like the first time I had to file my taxes. And I realized I hadn't saved anything for taxes. I was so ignorant about the financial piece of things that I remember coming back at the end of the year, and even with all my deductions, and my brother-in-law, who was my CPA, so really had like my best interest at heart, was he's like, well, you owe $2,000. Now, $2,000 when I was 19, I'd like never even seen that much money in my life. That was a fortune. It was terrifying to think, oh my gosh, I owe the IRS money and I don't have it. And it was crushing. And so there's like legitimately scary things about standing up and taking a risk. Business is risky. You might fail. You might succeed too. But, it's always risky. And any business owner knows that taking a chance on a business is risky. And there's no way to guarantee anyone's success in anything. It really has to come from a drive and commitment and fire and grit in you in order to overcome the challenges that you certainly will be presented. Also, you guys, I'm like seeing my reflection in here. I'm like, wow, Rebecca, yours is totally rocking. I'm in my pajamas. I got my messy, crazy hair bun, no makeup on, and my glasses. So, raw and real here tonight. So some of the other fears are the pricing mistakes, because as I mentioned before, a lot of massage therapists make the mistake of looking at what to charge. They decide what to charge by thinking what they can charge, thinking what their clients will pay, or looking around and seeing what other massage therapists are charging. Both of those are fatal, fatal, fatal mistakes. There's only one way to figure out what to charge, and that is by looking at what you need to make with the hours that you can work. And also, you guys, what you want to pay yourself, you should double that as your gross income goal for your business, because what your business charges isn't what you make. You charge $75 an hour. You personally don't make $75 an hour. You pay yourself like 25 or 30 of that when all is said and done. That's a whole other Facebook Live, okay? But, a lot of people hesitate to really put themselves out there because they don't really even know where to start, and that's the other piece, is like they just have no strategy. They're not thinking about it as a business. They're thinking about it as a service, and they want to help people, but they're just not thinking strategically about how do I get the most results in the shortest amount of time? How do I serve my clients and take care of myself? I mean, this lady that I talked to today, when we were talking about her prices, she's only charging like $50 an hour. I was like, good gracious. I was charging $50 an hour when I was 18 years old in 1990, whatever that was, 6, that's crazy, right? But she was like, well, I don't know. I'm afraid that if I raise my rates, then I would lose some of my clients. I'm like, you absolutely would lose clients, but you're only afraid to raise your rates because you don't know how to get clients at the higher price point. Right? So once you master certain things of business, and these skills and mindsets, then you actually have control and freedom. That's my goal. That's my intention for all of you. That's why I do this. So please listen to me. Also, branding mistakes, like this fear of putting yourself out there and realizing that maybe your messaging isn't totally clear, that you're attracting the wrong kinds of people, or that you're not being visible at all. But most of all, and really what's spurred this conversation for me tonight, what this guy was telling me today on the phone, is that it's really scary now that we live in a very public, transparent world on social media. What do you do when somebody posts some 1-star review about you that everybody in the world can see? And that can sometimes feel devastating. It's not, but it can seem devastating. Because we all want to look good. We all want everyone to like us, but the reality is not everyone's going to. And not everyone's your client, and not everyone's a good fit for you, and not everybody's just you just can't be all things to all people, And I've had plenty of times in my practice where people have made very public complaints about me in my it's a handful of times, you guys, right? There's always just going to be that one person out of like 200 that's just going to be shitty, and like just deal with things in a less than ideal way and just like make it all public and everything. But But here's what you do. Are you guys interested in like how to overcome all this? For me, I don't mind when people say mean things about me. You know, I mean, just like literally, like I said, somebody was like, I'm leaving your Facebook group and your webinar was a total waste of my life. And I should just warn everybody that they'll never, you know, like all this stuff. And I was like, wow, why would you register for a webinar for struggling massage therapists if you are totally successful? Like, why would you put yourself in that scenario of just, why would you do that? You know, but for me, it doesn't matter because I know that the more I put myself out there and stand up to serve people, and this is the same for you guys, so listen up, that it's going to bring out other people's insecurities and other people are going to just want to challenge you sometimes. But it doesn't matter because I'm clear about who I am and I have a purpose and mission that's bigger than the concern for having everybody like me and agree with me and be right. You know what I mean? Like my vision and purpose is worth enduring the garbage that comes with business, clients, customers. You know, there's just a certain number of headaches, potential headaches that we all sign up for when we go into business for ourselves. We also have headaches when we work for other people. Have you noticed? But, you know, it's like choose your headaches. For me, I would rather work 80 hours a week for myself than 40 hours a week for anyone else. I love being self-employed and I accept the risks fully. I've been self-employed for 10 years. I love it. To me, I love it. I like the mastery that's available in me, like really being responsible for myself and the success of my business and for my life and having control over my time and my messaging and things like that. That's very important to me. So think about that, you guys, when you have this moment of I'm scared, you know, I'm going to get criticism. People are going to judge you. People are going to pick apart your marketing messaging. People are going to point out inconsistencies. They're going to point out your humanity. They're going to put your flaws right in your face and they're going to exacerbate your insecurities. And so what? If you're connected to your vision and your purpose and you know who you are and you know what you're doing and why you're doing it, not just in business, being in business for yourself, but why you're doing what you're doing for your clients, then it makes those issues kind of trivial. So it's really a question of, are you willing? You know, are you willing to stand up knowing that people are going to throw tomatoes at you from time to time? Is the adventure, is the bigger purpose, you know, is the hike to the top of that mountain worth getting a few blisters and stinging nettle along the way and a wasp bite? You know what I mean? And that's really all it is, because when you know where you're going and you know why you're doing it and you're connected to your purpose, not only for yourself and your business, but for your clients, you know, then shake it off. Doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, you know, I'm here to tolerate nothing less than greatness in you guys. You know, for that's my job, is to help you walk through the fear of what it really takes to get connected to your vision and to pull out your biggest gifts and present them to the world. I know how scary that process is because I've done it lots of times, and I've walked lots of people through it, right? You know, and you deserve that. So that's my question. You know, that's what I offer for you tonight, is just for you to consider. Yeah, all those fears are there. And so what? They're going to be there. You're going to do things that don't work. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have freakouts. You're going to have, you know, massive issues and penalties and mistakes and liabilities and things that you didn't even know that you needed to know, that, you know, maybe the government is going to come after you and go, here's this penalty for you, or here's some tax thing that you need to pay. And you're going to be like, you know, but it's just, okay, what can I do? What do I need to now do in order to overcome this? Instead of, oh shit, here's an obstacle, I'd better back down. Because you're, in my eyes, your mission, you guys all as massage therapists and body workers and healers, I fully 100% believe in you and that the world needs your gifts. It really does. And that's why, you know, I'm here to teach you guys how to articulate that and how to really have strategies around your business and make this work so that you can give your gifts to the world and make a living. You deserve to make a living doing something you love while making the kind of difference that God put you on this planet to make. And yeah, it's scary. Totally scary, but totally worth it. Absolutely worth it when you're true to that vision and true to yourself. You know, haters gonna hate. You know, yeah, the more money you make, the more the government will take. So what? I love the government. I love our police and firefighters and beautiful paved roads and our military. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, I'm not gonna shrink. I'm gonna rise to the occasion, and I'm gonna look at running my business as an opportunity for mastery of, you know, loving the climb, just loving the climb and loving the journey, you know? So let me know what you guys think. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, and certainly if you need help and you need clarity, please reach out and schedule a call with me or my enrollment coaches to see if mentoring is right for you. It's not right for everybody. In fact, probably one of my next live streams, actually I do need to go and do marketing hot seat. A bunch of you asked me to review your marketing materials, so I'm going to do that here soon. But, you know, that's one of the topics I get a lot is, you know, how do you know if being self-employed is right for you or if it's the right time or, you know, things like that. But anyway, just, you know, please reach out for support and help. I'll put that link in the edited version of this once the replay is posted. Or, you know, if you guys are just curious about connecting more with me and what other things I offer along with this free Facebook group, then you can just go to my website. It's rockyourmassagepractice.com. And there's a bunch of stuff on there. So have fun, you guys. Have a great night. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.